is always a good time for football here in the city of Pittsburgh. Welcome to Acrisure Stadium. Tonight, a good one here in the AFC. It's the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ready to get this one going. And here we go on Monday Night Prime Time. Johnson with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
Well, love him or hate him, Rodgers not ready to leave the league until he's satisfied with how his final chapter reads. He didn't get the storybook ending he wanted last year. Taking another run at channeling all that doubt into success one final time.
Saw the lane, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
Throw left side finds Fryermuth. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
A give here to Warren. He'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That's Sheldon Rankins in on the stop. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Throw here, 3rd down. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping him off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting him even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
That's taken on the 7. And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He's stopped inside the 10. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week. Well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board.
Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Shotgun now for Stroud. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Oh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down. So an 0-2 start to the game for him, Brock, and not surprisingly, his team headed to the sideline after a 3-and-out.
I think it's going to take a few more incompletions before they start to panic, but that's far from the type of start they had planned for in this one.
And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. And they're playing with a chance to take the lead right here. Get a nice little cushion in what has been an otherwise really close game.
Yeah, and really the mindset, Kate, is this has got to be the drive. When you break the huddle, you look at each other and say, right now, these are the moments that tilt the game in our favor. Because you know if you don't get it done, you've given your opponent that opportunity.
Trying to find his tight end. So 2nd down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
and that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating third and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
4 guys out wide. Here we go, third and long. Here he goes, third and long. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing fourth down coming up.
If you're keeping stats, that's now 0 for 2 on keeping drives going, and hopefully not an indicator of what's to come. You know, you don't convert on third down. You're not only playing against your opponents, you start playing with your own psyche as well.
He has it at the 13. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. On it, and he nearly picked it. Oh, couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's second down. So play number 1 almost ended this drive. Let's see what play number 2 has in store. Second and 10, Stroud to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be third and long.
You know they're going to keep giving him looks, keep calling pass plays. You cannot survive a game without a completion, but the results so far, yeah, they've been a little bit rough.
Throwing on third down, Stroud. This connects with Schultz. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Offense getting set. Here's first and 10. Running this with Marks. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Catch made by Woody Marks. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still third down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Stroud on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
First down, it's a run with Marks. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Brought down by the 4-time All-Pro Cameron Hayward.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
We're through 1 on Monday Night Primetime. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Welcome back. We'll begin the second quarter with the Texans in possession. They're advancing it well as they face second down. No run. It's Marks. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Really 2 elements needed to hit big on this play, Kate. Number 1, you got to sell it. Right? You really got to sell and get that defense moving. And then secondly, you got to execute. You got to get a body on a body so that running back can get loose.
Stroud off of play action. And this one is launched downfield. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
You know exactly what he's thinking. Hopefully next time it's a little bit easier. The degree of difficulty on that one high. throw into double coverage, odds are against you.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Going left with Marks. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. You just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
And he could have a free play here. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. They still need 4. 3rd down now after the penalty. From the gun, Stroud. On the move into the red zone. And he's taken down just in time at the 2. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
First and goal, Houston.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. He runs it across. Touchdown. The Texans get the game's first points here in the 2nd. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on a fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash just gashing people for touchdowns.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They'll start the drive with Warren. Powering his way forward a bit, give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Rodgers will look to throw. It's a screen play to Warren. Down the sideline to the 45. And they'll finally get him at the 35-yard line. Give him 24 yards on that one. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different. Built for the lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here, staff. And they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
On 2nd down, Warren. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That stop coming from Henry To'o.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Rodgers going to throw here, 3rd down. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Boswell able to knock it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You hate to see this on fourth down for that defense, roughing the kicker, and now they've got a first inside the red zone. And get forward about 5 yards, it looks like. It's second down now.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. Good moving drive, but it could stall out here. We've got 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Rodgers. And he has the Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers earn the chance to tie before halftime. Pat Fryermuth, the touchdown. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
And things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
That one splits the uprights, and the Steelers tie this game 7-7. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Traymon Smith with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Now Marks. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play, but whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. To the air, Stroud. This is reeled in downfield by Schultz. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. The ball's on the 48. Here we go, 1st down. The give inside the jump. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Here's Stroud now. Has a man downfield. It's Collins. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And it'll be a 1st down Texans. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All set now, 1st and 10. Running the toss here to Marks. He's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down. It's a gain of
right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Makes the catch. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. Stroud from the pistol. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and leave teams for field goals, you got a great chance to win.
Back to throw. Stroud. He set up the screen here for Marks. And he's brought down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
And this is going to be a Houston touchdown. The Texans take the lead just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback. One last play before the break. One final shot before the half. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the Halftime Report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. And a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Now Boswell on to send this away. On the return, it's Jalen Noel. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. So as we get set to begin the third quarter, it's the Texans offense who's going to be out there first. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive with Marks. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Kate, you know I love to say that the NFL game is a game of adjustments. You come out of halftime, and you know you've got to impact the quarterback. You got to get home, and it's exactly what they do on this opening drive.
Will this drive continue? Here comes third down. Third and long for him here. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, we've got a first down here. So after the call, defense in a much different spot. Instead of forcing a fourth down, it's back to first. They got the interference call on third down, and that keeps this drive going with a new set of downs. Running it after the penalty. Solid gain on that play, Brock. That's 5 yards. It's going to be second down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Stroud off the play fake. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down. Looking to throw, Stroud. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Complete to DK Metcalf. Just after the catch, he is hit and stopped. A nice gain, though, down to the enemy 41. They gain 11 on that play. And the Steelers have a first down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Trying the left side with Warren. Breaks the tackle. He's still going. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards. They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They'll go again with Warren. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up third down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Caught into the hands of Fryermuth. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Warren running between the tackles. Has some room to work. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers start the second half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Steelers tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Noel to return this. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Texans sending their offense, and Woody Marks out there. And they're going to be looking for a little redemption after their interception last drive led to a tie ball game, 14-all. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. It's Marks on the handoff. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. They are running from the gun with Chubb. He dodged the tackle. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Here's a handoff to Marks. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. On play action, here's Stroud. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. A pickup of 17. And it'll be first down, Houston.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Chubb up the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
You get to 2nd and short, and you love your options as a play caller. Sure, it's a great time to take a shot, but it's an even better time to feed the fullback.
Out the middle, it's Marks. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. And he's got it, it's in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Hey, you like these results on 1st. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook is wide open.
From the gun, Marks gets it. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Texans take a 4th quarter lead. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7.
Steelers 14.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Gainwell. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Steelers offense headed out. And they're taking the field knowing that they need a touchdown here, Brock. More pressure on them now than they've had any drive so far this game.
Well, our colleague, Charles Davis, has a line for a spot just like this. Pressure, it can burst pipes, but can also create diamonds. Let's see what the outcome of this pressure is going to be.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Rodgers from the gun. It's caught. That's Calvin Austin. And he's hit just before he can pick up that first. So 3rd and short coming up from the 33. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. For Munch. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Out now come the Texans on offense. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Texans to the line. 1st and 10. This is Marks. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. The Steelers calling their first timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
On 2nd down, Marks. Stopped after a gain of 2. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Back to throw it. Quick slant here to Kirk. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Texans leading by 7. So out now comes the punter. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games, that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 2nd down. Trying an inside give to Warren. Escapes a defender. Finds a seam. Left side. He's off to the races. Into the red zone. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers cut it Well, they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for two and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this two-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Smith on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. The game really in their hands at this point, Brock. We're going to see whether it's a celebration coming up next or overtime. All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Running this with Marks. And his charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Looking slant route, complete. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it, 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Offense headed to the just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Go ahead. Find me an offense that won't take that type of efficiency on every snap. Listen, it was good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down. Setting up to pass. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Jaden Higgins, the intended receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete again. Defender knocks this one away. And that brings up 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Throwing now. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Intended target was his running back. And that brings up 4th and long.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver left. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And in a tie game, we've been sensing a breakthrough coming, Brock. Might this be the drive where we finally see one side get the edge over the other?
Well, if it is, Kate, you know and I know it's about play-to-play execution and more than likely making sure they can convert in some of those situational downs.
It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
On 2nd down, Warren jukes away from one. Again, he's got room. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. That one nabs him 33 yards and a new set of downs, too.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
To the air on first down. Rogers has him on the quick hitter. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Warren once more. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. So here's Chris Boswell in a high-pressure spot. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. It's good. The kick sails through. And the pressure now applied to that opposing sideline.
The important part, they've got the lead here in overtime after the short field goal. But with how close they got, the touchdown was in play. You've got to hope that you can get the stop here and not live to regret that series stalling out.
Here's Smith on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. Their defense held at least a little, Brock, but the pressure is still on. They need a field goal to keep this game going or a touchdown to end it.
And I can promise you right now, lie detector test in that huddle, every single one of those guys have asked says, I want a touchdown. I'm not even thinking of a field goal. That should be your mindset to go finish this game right now.
Now it's his turn in overtime. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the rack and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. Hey, far be it from me to nitpick a pass breakup, but if he hangs on right there, Kate, this game is over. Now, he and his teammates got to buckle down. Still got a lot of work to do.
Back to the air they go on second. Stroud finds his back. Marks. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
And he dropped it! It looked like he had the game ender. He couldn't hang on, Brock. This could still be over, though, depending on how 4th down goes for him. Biggest play of OT, the offense is going for it. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Higgins downfield, and he has it. And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That's a 26-yard gain on 4th down, partner. Talk about a huge play there to extend this drive.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And they get this down to the 28. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And it'll be first down, Houston.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended target. So it's second down coming up. Again, Stroud. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Quite the drive they're putting together here, partner. This is the 9th play of it as they get set for 3rd and 6. Here he is to throw. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
All right, here's your game. They're passing on the tying field goal. They are going for this on 4th down. Now to throw. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs. Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.